If financial advice actually worked, why are so many smart people still stressed about money? We have more financial information available now than ever. And unfortunately, we have more confusion than ever. We live in a time where financial information is everywhere. You can Google almost anything, you can watch videos, listen to podcasts, follow experts on social media, and now even ask AI for answers. And yet, despite all of that, most people don't feel clearer about money. They typically feel more unsure, more hesitant, and more afraid of getting it wrong. The real problem is that information isn't the problem. Most people don't feel stuck because they lack information. They feel stuck because they don't know what information applies to them specifically. More information doesn't automatically lead to better decisions. In many cases, it actually makes the decisions harder. Have you ever been out and about and suddenly hunger pains hit you? You just happen to be downtown where there is a surplus of restaurants around you. You're craving seafood, but plot twist, you're with a friend who has food allergies or other food preferences. You begin searching for the perfect restaurant, and though you may not be very picky, the decision is pretty difficult because you don't know what restaurant would be best for you and your friend. It almost makes the decision harder when you have so many options in front of you. Information overload. It's almost easier to drive 45 minutes back home and make yourself something to eat that you know both of you can consume. Now, this is the moment that most people freeze. You've done the research. You've tried to be responsible. But instead of feeling confident, you feel cautious because every option sounds reasonable and every wrong move feels expensive. Maybe picking a restaurant isn't as serious as getting the right financial advice for your life, but oftentimes I think we treat financial advice like picking a restaurant. Which one sounds the best right now? Which one has the better dessert options? But the difference between choosing where to eat and where you get your financial advice is quite a big one. You're choosing somewhere to eat that won't really affect you long term, like the right financial advice will. Tools don't ask the right questions. Google is excellent at explaining options. In fact, you can get more options than what actually applies to you. How about that? But what Google is not good at is helping you decide what actually does apply to you. And neither is a podcast, a YouTube video, or social media. I'm not against any of those resources. In fact, Shadowridge has a library of financial education and resources available. But what I will tell you is that you can't bank, no pun intended, on the general advice given to you on those platforms. Even AI tools can only answer the questions that you already know to ask. When it comes to money, most people don't realize that they're missing the most important questions. So here is what the right financial advisor really will provide you. First of all, they will help you ask the right questions. They will explain the trade-offs, and they will bring clarity to those decisions. I recently spoke at a college, and one of the questions that the audience asked was, what should we be investing in right now? I calmly responded that clarity on what to invest in looks different for everyone. It's not a one-size-fits-all blanket advice. What works for someone might not work for someone else, and vice versa. Your income, risks, and other circumstances play a vital part in the specific customized financial plan that Laura just talked about for your financial journey. I want to help my clients make responsible decisions. A good financial advisor doesn't replace your financial judgment. They actually strengthen it. They help you slow down, filter information, and think clearly. Often the real value isn't just the answers. It's being guided to the questions that you didn't even realize that you should be asking. So how to know if an advisor is the right fit? Ask yourself, do I feel clearer after talking to them? Do they explain why and not just what? Do they seek context before giving advice? The right advisor won't overwhelm you or pressure you. You should leave conversations feeling steadier, not rushed. Financial peace doesn't come from knowing everything, thankfully. It comes from understanding what applies to you and having the right guidance to help you move forward. More information doesn't always create confidence, but better questions create clarity. The right advisor helps you to decide, not just learn. If financial advice has ever left you feeling more confused instead of more confident, that's not a failure on your part. It's a signal. The goal isn't more information, it's the right guidance. Financial confidence doesn't come from knowing everything or having all the information out there. It comes from taking the next clear step. So, if you're wondering where to begin, here are 3 simple things that you can do this week. Write down the financial questions that have been sitting in the back of your mind. Identify one decision that you've been avoiding. That's usually where clarity is needed the most. And have a conversation with someone that you trust about your money. The right financial advice starts with the right question and the right conversation.